are live. We are live. We are live. All right, y'all. I ran a little bit of traffic, so I'm just now getting the boat set up and ready to roll. So we got to make a run. Let me get us on the tripod. I got to make a run. So I'm still at the waterside marina over here. Get my life vest on. That's number one. And I'm going to start where we stopped yesterday. Unless I see something in the river that catch my eye. I'm going to see if I can't get my mic going. Probably should have had that on before I went live, but let's see if the mic pick up. Can y'all hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Somebody let me know if you can hear me. Let me know if you can hear me. Hopefully this mic will work and cut down on some of that. I looked at a little bit of that video yesterday, man. That audio was garbage pretty much. Yes, you can hear me. Thank you. I am Remy. What's going on, my brother? Said sounds good. 13 fishing. We gotta go get on some fish today. I ain't ready to play with them. Crappie enforcer horn. Man, that's pretty cool. Y'all give me a minute. Let me get untied. We gotta make this run. All right. We're going to get on some fish today. I ain't ready to play with them. They won yesterday. We still, I didn't know that the video had ended. We sitting there talking like I don't know what. I got my battery pack today, so we should be all good. Yesterday my battery was the main culprit of all that cutting out. And also, for some reason, my screen kept going to sleep. I don't know why it would do that with my camera working, but it is. That's something I'm going to have to check into still. But we're going to get through this little no-wake zone, and then we're going to make a run. My buddy Joey's supposed to be out here. Any of you that's on the Facebook page know Joey. He's supposed to be out here. I see his truck at the ramp. We're going to try to keep my phone in the boat today. And we're going to go sling some slabs. I passed over the bridge over there at the bayou, and it's even looking muddy now. So it's still going to be a challenge. Water temp showing 47 right here. And that's a pretty big drop from the 56s and 57s. So it's a challenge actually just getting these fish to eat. We got two things going against us, and one is the new mud, the water clarity change, and the other thing is the temp drop. And it's like I always say, that's one thing that the crappie don't like is change. They do not like change. And we've got change right now. I did reschedule my trip for today. My client was really happy. It was like it was too cold. I mean, it's nice out here right now, but this morning here at the lake, it was in the 20s. So I know that's nothing for a lot of you guys up north, but man, down here, it was like summertime before this little cold dropped in. We were, mid 70s, high 70s, even low 80s a couple of days. So dropping down into the 20s is a big old change for us. If you guys would, I'd really appreciate it if you would hit that thumbs up. I'd really appreciate it. Any of you guys on groups on Facebook, share the link. Let's get some people watching today. I shared it today. I got it all together before I left home, and shared it on a few Facebook pages. Woo. Joey, I was listening to Joey on his little video he put up on Facebook this morning saying that it wasn't really muddy. It looked like that's some heavy cream right there. That's a bottle of cream and some coffee right there. So that's a big change from where it was. I'll bet we got a boat that way and a boat that way. One of them probably Joey, but I'm gonna go ahead and make that run. Make that run to the bayou. See if I can't get on some fish. If I start over here, they're definitely gonna be shallow. Oh, it's a kayak up there. Somebody in a kayak. I'm on fast idle until I get past them. Always got to have etiquette when you're out on the water, especially with kayaks, man. You flip them guys over easy. I know if I was in a kayak, I'd appreciate if the boaters that passed me up respected me being on the water, didn't wake me. Yeah, I can see. See if I can show y'all. This dang river's still stacked with. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do it. I got my phone on my tripod right now, so let me see if I can change this camera around and get close enough for y'all to see my unit. It's gonna be crooked a little bit, but I got to get it close. If you can see that 2D, it's still covered. I don't know if you can see it, but it's still covered with bait over here. I'm not gonna battle the bait today. I already know that the bait is goes against putting fish in the boat on this lake. On this lake, and most of the time. That kayak's moving. I think you gotta have a control mode on that thing. So I want to get past it before I just jump on top. Yeah, that boy's making some tracks. I appreciate y'all joining me. We'll be at the spot here after a while. I'll be able to jump on top as soon as I get past this kayak. And see if I can show y'all. I don't know if y'all can see it right there. Right there. I don't know who it is. Don't want to waken. All right, here we go. We're going to jump on top and make this room. into the bayou now. Yeah, it's still pretty clear over here compared to the river. Pretty daggone clear. So this is where we stopped off yesterday. So I'm gonna jump on the troll motor. I'm not out here to keep fish. I just need to find them. I'm definitely gonna catch some, but I need to find a concentration. I got some trips out here. I know I can go to Conroe and get on fish. It's a fairly easy. Well, I ain't gonna say easy, but it's fairly easy to get on fish on when you compare this lake to Conroe. Conroe's easy compared to this lake. Let me get set up, y'all. Give me a minute. All right, I'm gonna get this set up here. Get my camera turned. Get that powered up. Get my brakes down. This one looks a lot better than the river, for sure. A lot better. We probably got maybe 2 foot visibility here. That's a lot better than what the river probably got 2 inches of visibility. So yesterday we found that the blue and white did fairly decent, and chartreuse. Like I always say, where I pass the test is where I start. Probably should clean my daggone screen. Well, that's the wrong button. Right there. I already knew I was gonna ask me about that. I got an update that I need to install on my unit. But we're not gonna do that today. Get this set up to where y'all can see. I'm gonna spin this around. I want my handle in the back. Let me spin that around. There we go. Water temp over here. Well, my transducer just got in the water. It's showing 51, but I know that's gonna drop down. Get one of these old rods put together. Yeah, I hadn't been up past Ponderosa in a long time, but I'm going today. I usually fish up there quite often, but the river's been so good to me that I hadn't had to go. Hadn't had to go up there. There's a stump right there. Can y'all see that all right? Yeah, 713 Lucy Bayou, Lake Houston. Not seeing much on that. Big old school of blackbirds. It'd be super cool if I could find some suspended. Those are all white bass right there. You see how slender they are. Those ones that are suspended. Anybody else been able to get out and do any fishing? It's crazy how much bait's over in the river, and then over here, it's not much at all. That river, it is absolutely cluttered with bait. There's some fish sitting down there on the bottom. Sort of look like crappie. I'm gonna tell you now, they will do that on this lake. They will drop down there and sit on that bottom just like old catfish. Get turned into this wind. That's one thing with live scope. Even if you got brakes, I mean, sometimes I'll face my boat, going with the wind if the boat slap is really bad. But you got to really work those brakes. It's almost impossible to do without brakes. That looked like a crappie right there suspended. Yeah, them gonna be white bass. Those are gonna be white bass. Are you gonna go tomorrow? That's what's up. That's what's up. I tell you what, it was tough out here yesterday. I just didn't move enough. I don't think. Uh, that's the name of the game. If you're not on you're not seeing what you want to see, you got to move. You have to move. The water temp's down to 48 now, and still dropping. Can't bypass that shallow water without looking, because I'll tell you now, even though that water temp is super cold, them jokers will go shallow in a heartbeat on this lake. Yeah, there was a guy, I forget his name, but he had just joined the page, the Facebook page. Any of you that don't know, it's called Houston Area Crappie Fishing. And it's a page where you can post your pictures and do a little report. And if you want to say where you caught your fish, you can. I try to get, tell people to at least post what worked for you. The depth you caught them in, the color jig that worked for you, and I'm gonna do a little report so that everybody else can enjoy and see what works for you. They move on. There's no quite a bit of structure right here. I'm not seeing anything on it. But I'm gonna move today. I got my battery pack hooked up. Battery's at 93% right now, so hopefully it don't drain it like it did yesterday. Yesterday, man, that daggone StreamYard ate my battery for lunch. I like using StreamYard a lot, but at the same time, I know for a fact that it draws more juice to stream through it than just going straight to YouTube or straight to Facebook. But it gives you a lot of features that you don't get with just going direct to YouTube or Facebook. Where's everybody from? Where's everybody from? Put in the comments where y'all from. And also put in there if you use live scope. Do you use live scope? Or do you have any questions about live scope? You may not want to ask me. I can't even find fish right now, but we're gonna stay on the move until we do. We'll find it. Never give up. Big old stump right there. H-Town, 713. You got that thing moving. Yeah, gotta roll, bro. I'm not on fish. So it's all about moving. All about moving. Those are small fish out there suspended. More stumps. And the thing is, with the clarity that's over here, Western Kentucky, Ohio in the house. That's what's up. All right, fish. I got my gain at 64. I'm going to bump it up just a little bit. At 67 now. Kansas in the house. I'm going ice fishing the weekend. That's what's up. Walleye. That sounds fun. I've never fished for them. I'd like to. I'd like to try it out. I hear they eat pretty good. Miami. That's what's up. Yes, sir. I know you're a live scoper. Man, you got that Chevy looking good, Remy. You brought that car. You changed the way it looked big time from when you first got it. And I like that you kept most of it original too. You know, that makes it look really good. All right, we got a boat coming. Oh, I know who this is. And he ain't gonna slow down, I don't think. Slow that thing down, boy. That's old Jim Butts. He on the page too. He live on the lake. I already knew he wasn't gonna slow down. I mean, he not on no fish if he out here ripping and running. We got some waves coming. I gotta hang on to my tripod, make sure it don't flip in the water. Rocking and rolling, y'all. So we had 46 degrees now. Is that a suspended fish right there? Slow us down. I might be passing up a suspended fish right there. Fast as I came up on me, probably and took off. Yes, it's a lot dingier than what it was yesterday. Nah, he's swimming too fast. I don't think that's not gonna be a crappie. All right, back on the move. Any of you that LVS 34 with Gorman 8616 or 8610. Okay, that's what's up. They eat very good walleye. Lake Erie is the capital for walleye. That's what's up, man. That's what's up. I gotta find a fish to drop on. I can't do like I did yesterday. Yesterday was tough. Yeah, I'm really glad that I rescheduled my trip because coming out here and it's super cold and fish not showing themselves, it's not a good combination. Look like a small fish laying right there on top of it. He's small though. He's real small, right there on the top. He's a small fish. Do I need to go out here deeper? Let's just look. Can't be passing it all up. If I'm not seeing them in that 8 to 20 foot of water, we're going to step out here to 20, 25. Another big old stump right here in the middle of the bayou. We're going to check it out, see what it looks like. Usually whole fish. Yeah, these fish will make it difficult, man. They'll get down in that structure sometimes. Makes it really difficult. See a small fish right there on the backside. We're gonna drop on him just to see what it is. No, I don't think it's a crappie, but we'll see. I'm using a 16th, so you see that it falls a lot slower than I wouldn't bet that's a catfish. Well, thought he was coming. Just let the swim right. I know it's a catfish though. Tell how long he is, long and skinny. That ain't what we want. Go back on the move. That ain't what we want to see. That's not what we want to see. Thanks, Remy. I appreciate it, man. I need to dial my man. Holler at me, brother. My number's everywhere on Facebook. Holler at me. We'll talk about it. Did you check by the stump? That stump usually, yep, hold good fish. Yes, sir, it does. There's another one coming up over here too that you know it's in the community hole now. It usually holds too. I think this is probably the one you're talking about that I'm coming up to here in a little bit. Everybody fished this one. That other one that not too many people know about. But as big as it is, it seemed like they would. So this is the one you're talking about here. It comes up pretty high in the water column. Whole fish being that shallow. But you never know. So you guys see me constantly adjusting this thing. And that's just the nature of the, you know, even like with side image, I used to always tell you, man, it's not a set and forget. So I'm constantly adjusting my forward and my depth to maximize what I see on that screen. The more info you try to jam on that screen, the smaller it is. So I'm running a 8616, and I still bring it in to 20 when I'm vertical jigging. And if I'm casting, I'll try to do 35 to 40 forward. And there's something taking off right there. It's probably a white back. That's not a crappie. It's not a crappie. Too slender. I don't know. We're gonna look at him closer. If he don't take all the way off, I need to drop on something. He's staying away from me though. I know it's not a crappie. And he's dropping down. Yeah, he's way too long. And he's still on the go. Got me going in a circle. Yeah, let me stop wasting time. That's not no crappie. That's not a crappie, y'all. Bump my gain up to about 70. That sun's really bright today. The brighter the sun, the hotter I run my unit. I'll bring it up to 70, maybe 72 if it's super bright. What is that? Whatever it is on the go too. He's up there super shallow. Really shallow. All right, where'd he go? Oh, it's a turtle. Look, I'm gonna show you. That was a turtle coming up. Look right there. See him going back down. That was a turtle. I was like, man, what is that? It's steady coming up. It was so close to the edge of the water, the surface of the water, I couldn't even see it anymore. Dang old turtle. He was round. Yeah, they hiding. They were hiding yesterday. That stump used the whole. Yep. I'll tell you this, live scope for me, the two biggest benefits I get from it is being able to see the reaction of the fish, and even above that is knowing that I'm not wasting my time fishing where there ain't no fish. Two big time savers. Ooh, look at that big old log. That's a floater right there, y'all. That won't do a lower unit any good. It's not super big, but it'll let you know you hit it. See it right there? It'll let you know you hit it. There's some fish suspended right there. Quite a few of them. I'm going to bet they're white bass. Yeah, I got a guy wanting to do a white bass combo trip, white bass and crappie. Real good client of mine. Let's see if these things here will bite. A little bit too far. Nope, he's taking off. They're not wanting me close to them. I'm gonna whoop out that dang on 14 foot. I'm using 12 footer right now. That may be a crappie. Yeah, I'm sinking down. Going too fast. I know that's not a crappie. Not when you see them turn like that on a dime. A crappie usually won't do that. I'm not gonna say that they won't ever do it, but they usually won't. Let's see if this one will let me get a little close. I wouldn't bet they're white bass just from the way they're swimming, and they're pretty long. Should have added more weight. The reason why I'm saying I want to add more weight, you see how my jig is falling behind. When you're chasing fish, you want a heavy weight to keep your line straight. All right. Those wouldn't let me get close. I've covered quite a bit of water already. So staying on the move is the ticket. most suspended fish sure do get my attention, but they won't let me get close to them. It's not gonna do me any good. And they don't know them not them. I seen how fast he turned just there. It's definitely not crappie. Definitely not crappie. I hadn't seen any noticeable current, but I do know that here coming soon, they're gonna be dumping water out of this lake, and it's gonna even change what the fish are gonna do from what I find today. I don't see any noticeable current right now. Yep, stand on the move, y'all. We got 41 people watching, man. I sure appreciate it if y'all would hit that thumbs up. 41 people watching. I really do appreciate it. If you guys have any questions, I don't know it all, but if I can help you in any way, I'd be more than happy to. So those of you that's just joining, I'm on Lake Houston, one of the toughest lakes to consistently catch crappie in this area. And it's really tough when we have weather changes like we've had with the severely cold weather, and dropped the temps down by a lot, and then the rain has changed the water clarity by a lot. Just yesterday, this over here, I mean, it's several times better over here in the bayou, but it's several times dingier than what it was yesterday. There may be a couple of little small fish right there. I just need to get a fishing boat. I need to get some crappie sitting on my hand. They're not big, but I'm gonna try to catch one of them. They're up under that limb right there. See that limb, right, that bright spot right there? See if I can wake him up. Oh, I got snagged on it. That ain't good. Yeah, I set the hook on. I might not get this one back, y'all. I'm trying to make my weight pop it off of there, but I don't see that that's gonna happen. All right, let me see if I can. No, I'm gonna have to just pull it. Probably gonna have to retie that one, or go with my micro. I'll try to straight line pull it. Hopefully it'll come off. All right, I saved it. Straighten my hook out a little bit, but that's okay. That was definitely a fish sitting right there. In the old Lake Houston way, up under a limb. I'll go back and look at that again. Hopefully I didn't disturb. I know I probably ran them all out of there, but we're gonna look at it again. And I'm gonna be looking at it from a different direction, so I know it's gonna look different. I still see a fish sitting up top. He's small though. Get back up here. Look like he went back in it. All right. Try not to get hung. I can't see the fish now. Yeah, this lake, you really got to look in and under. Sometimes they'll lay on top of it, but a lot of times you gotta get that jig up under a limb. Sometimes, like you can see, I can barely see that jig on top of it. Sometimes you can just twitch it across, and they'll jump the dart out of there and hit it. Like that one. It was a baby, but he darted out there and hit it. He was a little old bitty guy. Tail nipped my bait. He tail nipped my bait. Oh, come on, get back over there, boat. That's a technique that I'll do quite often. I don't do it when I'm guiding as much, unless it's with one of my seasoned guys that's seen a thing or two with me. But most of the time when I'm guiding out here, I want to be able to find the fish that you can actually see, because dropping that jig in structure like I was doing just then, it can be not only frustrating, but it can be a challenge. About 14 foot of water that I've seen that fish in. So shouting out from Dallas, Texas, Latanya. Come on, SK, catch that 3-pounder, man. I wish. Look at all that down there on the bottom. 18 foot of water. That's all small stuff that I see so far. Looks like I might have to go to Stubblefield tomorrow. That's super cool. They ain't been catching fish up there. Yeah, I started to go to Conroe today, but you can just go to Conroe and catch crappie. I mean, it's just that lake, But over here, you really have to hunt these fish down. And I got a trip here Friday and Saturday. So if I'm not successful in finding these fish, I'm gonna try to talk them into going to Conroe. What is that sitting out? Not no crappies. Too long and skinny. So y'all see, I keep constantly coming back checking these shallow areas, because these fish, that's probably gonna be one laying right there on top of that log right there. I'm willing to bet that's a fish laying there. I can't even see him now. Like he went up under it. Just drop that jig down there, make a little noise with it, and see what happens. Ooh, y'all see that fish dart at that bait? He wasn't very aggressive, but it's definitely a fish right there. Come on, wind, let me make it. Wind is definitely not super bad, but it's blowing much higher than what they were predicting. That's a fish up under that log right there. Watch this. Watch him come out of there. Right there. Y'all see him dart? I told you it was gonna be a fish right there. And he makes he's probably a nice little 10 and a half, 11 incher. Definitely a keeper fish. So that's you guys constantly, y'all that follow me on Facebook, where I be posting my reports, y'all always hear me saying the fish were up under the structure. He's not no giant, but hey, he's a nice keeper. He make 2 nice fillets, and we're gonna throw him back. We're throwing everything back today. I kept 5 crappie yesterday that I was gonna cook yesterday, but when I got home, my wife had already cooked, so we're gonna have those tonight. Over here in 12 foot of water. But he was the only one that I seen. I mean, up under that log. I don't see another one down there. Let's check this other log up here. It's a little bit shallower. Yeah, Stubblefield's been fishing real good. The lake is I don't know about right now, but yeah, I got some stank on my hand finally on the jig too. But with Conroe being so low, usually I put in at Stubblefield. I mean, put in at Cagle, and can make that track up there. There is probably a 400-yard stretch getting up there with the lake level normal. It's about a 400-yard stretch that you have to idle. But right now, if I went up there, man, I'd almost only do it by launching up there at the bridge. And I've only launched my jumbo boat up there. I hadn't never launched my bass boat or my doggle. See what that is. He's still swimming. Still swimming. That may be a crappie. Moving kind of slow. See if I can help it. Taking off now. I bet you that's a crappie. There's one even deeper right there. That looked like white bass action right there. I bet you those are white bass. I hate passing up fish that I can't tell what they are. Look at that big old stool of them right there. I'm going to pitch it out there, see if I can get a reaction. Probably not, but we're going to see. Let my jig fall down there. Yeah, they're small though. All right, back to the shallows. Back to the shallows. Have you ever fished that neighborhood north of Cagle? Yeah, I have. It's good during the when the fish are spawning. It's not a lot of deep water in there. That channel that goes in there, there's a couple areas probably 12 to 15 foot, but I usually only go off in there when during the spawn in the springtime. Not to say that they won't be in there now. I mean, they just never know. It's worth checking, I'll tell you that. It is definitely worth checking. All right, let's see what this thing got on it. Oh, I can see a fish right on, just about on top of it. Slow that troll motor down. There's definitely fish on there. Yep, there you go. See him dart at that bait. He's not a big fish, but oh, he's a baby. He's a baby. He's a baby. I'm not even gonna turn my camera around, but he's a baby. He's a baby, y'all. Little old bitty something. All right, see if we can spot anything with some size on there. I got that wind coming from behind. It's not terribly bad, but it's trying to push me past that pile. It definitely looked like a pretty decent fish on that back side right there. Come on. Give me a oh, there's another little bitty joker pop up out there. Come on, biggin. You gonna let them little fish eat all the food? I see you twitching a little bit. I need you to turn up. Ooh, there we go. There we go. That wasn't even the fish I was targeting, y'all. He'd make a sandwich. He's not no giant, but he'll make a sandwich. He's a legal fish. These jokers are almost snow white from this milky water. I'm not gonna turn the camera around for him neither, but he's a 10-inch fish. Back in the drink. All right, so we know that pile is holding fish. So I'm not gonna beat it up. I'll just accept that's a good fish. That's the one I was going for a while ago. Let's see if I can catch that joker. It gets backed up. If you don't take off. He got his little bodyguard out of the way, so he's gonna have to do something. I say he's gonna have to do something. He acting like he don't want to do it. Good to see that he's right up top, but he's just not active. And here comes another little old bitty thing up there. He's just not gonna do it. He's actually trying to go down in it now. Come on, get mad. He's trying to come out of it on this side of it. Pretty decent little old fish, if I can get him to bite. He will not even look. He won't even get that jig any. Now he's going back in it. He won't get that jig no time of day. Wake up. Open your eyes. There was another one. That's not even a fish I was talking. All right, I'm not going to. This is a decent fish here, y'all. This joker here is 12 inches. He's still not a giant fish, but he's a really good filleter. Almost Snow White. Almost Snow White. Let him go, Hook. You done did your job. And I'm gonna flip him around and let y'all see. And I'm not gonna beat this pile up. I know I see now that it's holding fish, and I got the sun right there behind me. It's a good little 12-inch fish. Back in the drink. Thank you for your business. All right. Now I got some scent on my jig. I can catch more fish. All right, on to the next. See if we can find. So we're over about 14 foot of water right there. So I'm gonna try to stay in about 14. And them jokers are. I didn't even see that fish before he darted at that bait. I was going for a different fish. And that's just how deep they get into that structure on this lake. I am Remy. It says, all right, SK just pulled up to the house from Lake O. Oh, you fished this morning? Water was muddy and wind was super high. Have a good one, buddy. Oh, yeah, appreciate you coming on, man. Oh, better luck next time, bro. Hey, y'all check out I Am Remy. He go live quite often over there in he's over there in Florida. He said he was on Okeechobee today. Yeah, those little fish are the big ones, crash dummies. Yep, they the bodyguards. And sometimes you just can't. Ooh, look at all that bait. That's a lot of bait right there. It's just really unlikely, from what I've seen on this lake. It's really unlikely for you to do good if there's a ton of bait. But the bait's, right there over that deeper water, and I'm over here in this little bit shallower water, just fishing the structure. I get a kick out of those guys, those lakes that do have those fish that are, a lot of times staged up under the bait fish, but I just don't never see that on this lake. They're highly structure oriented. But like I always say, sometimes this time of year you can find them suspended. I'm quite sure if I would have got to the lake earlier, earlier this morning, I probably would have seen some that were suspended, but I didn't want to deal with the cold. I did not want to deal with the cold. Some pretty decent sized fish right there on the bottom. I can't tell what they are. They hugging that bottom. See if I can get up here and present the jig to one of them. There's like a little stump way down there too. Oh, he went in it. Still see the bright dot. There he comes. He's coming out of it now. Come on, look up. Disappeared into the mud. Disappeared into the mud. Oh, we got some boats out today. Here comes another boat. This is one of them times I'm just twitching that bait above it. I don't see a fish that I'm particularly targeting, but it's like a while ago. There's one I can see right there, but he's on the move. I mean, smack dab on the bottom right there. I bet you that's a crappie. That's gonna be a crappie. Watch. Watch. If I can get him to bite. Come on, look up, look up. Swam right up under it. Come on, look up. There we go. Nope. Looked up for a split second and turned back around. I mean, flat on the bottom. Steady swimming towards me. That bigger one is. Stop right there on that little structure right there. You're gonna make me get snagged up. Is that what you're trying to do? Yeah, I don't know what they are, but they definitely hugging that bottom. All right, I'm almost on top of this one right here. See if I can make him look up. Come on, come on. Let the folks see your face. I'm gonna put you back. Nope. I bet you if I had a nibble on there, you would have bit. I'll bet you if I had a nibble on there, he would have bit. Nice looking ranger right there. I'm gonna go back over to the stump. I've seen some other fish that were in and out of it. If I can find it. If I can find the stump. That's a lot of fish hugging that bottom right there. 18-foot of water. It make me want to put a nibble on. I said I wasn't going to use a nibble today just to make it more challenging. Sometimes you just have to. Sometimes you have to. I'd like to know what they are. That big old catfish coming into the screen. Well, I can't get them to bite. Whatever they are. I see a crappie right here on this stump. Come on. See you right there. Not gonna eat it. Nope. Sank down into it. You know, this lake don't have a heavy population of bluegill. We have some, but especially absolutely nothing like what we have on Conroe. Conroe is the bluegill lake for here. Mr. Johnny James, what's going on, my man? All right, let's see what this is. I would really like to catch one of them. I'm gonna drop. I ought to drop that micro down there. I'm probably sure. I bet you they'll bite that micro. I can't get these jokers to even look up at the bait. Somebody needs to look up. Come on. No, raised up with it a little bit and right back down. Uh-oh. Ooh, he nipped it. He nipped it. All right, they're going to make me use a nibble, y'all. I said I wasn't going to use a nibble today, but you say put a nibble on it. I'll get ready to. I'm getting ready to. That would have been a caught fish if I would have had a nibble on it a while ago. He just barely nipped it. Barely nipped it. Hey man, scent matters. Sometimes you better have a nibble on there or you're not gonna get bit. Where's that big one go? Is that him right there? I think this. Can y'all see what's going on down? Can you see my jig and the fish I'm targeting? I know that sun affects it a lot. All right, we're coming up to him. I'm just gonna tickle it along until I get up there. This is a caught fish right here. We got that nibble on there now. He ain't got no choice but to eat it. I mean, he is dug into it. Come on, come on. See him coming up? Oh, he still just barely nipped it. Just barely tail nipped it. All right, I'm gonna go with that micro. That's a determining factor, just so that you guys know. If you have a bunch of little tail nips, a lot of times downsizing that bait, not only in size but in weight, so that it takes less effort for them to suck it in, will be the ticket. I live by that. And also, you could change color. Changing color sometimes can be the difference too. Changing colors can be the difference sometimes too. I'm going with a pink crappie nibble too. That's what I got out of here. I ran out of my white ones. I usually use white. All right, let's get it down there. And this jig is going to fall a lot slower than that weight I got on. So I got to stop it above the fish, let that jig fall down. I mean, they are absolutely up under that little structure that's down there. And I really don't like doing micros like this, but all right, right on top of one. Nope, you just swam by it. I really don't think those are crappie though. I would like to know what they are. Come on. Come on. Turn the other way. Turn the other way. Man, he went back the other way. All right, we're going to check these ones that's on top over here. Come on, turn up. Right on top of your head. Looks like they can't see that micro. Oh, got one coming. Came up there and smelled it, and that was it. Little bitty joker. Nope. I just definitely don't think that they're crappie. Just the way they acting. Be nice to find them stacked up like that, but come on. Nope, turned away. Oh, I had that fish, y'all. I was on the lake show with that one. I had that one. I was definitely on the lake show with that one. That little bit of commotion definitely dispersed them. All right, on to the next. I'm sitting here playing. I don't think those are crappie. I just really don't think they're crappie. White bass right there. Nope. All right, on to the next. Okay, you can see it. That's cool. How long is the micro? About 1.25 inches. It's super small. It's one of my little custom hand ties. It's really small. They got that little pink nibble. You can see how big that nibble looks, so you know that that jig is really small. All right, let's check this tree out. They usually hold fish. I see some way up under it. Ain't no way to get to them. See them right here? See them bright dots right there? Those are fish. I definitely lose that this micro trying to get to them. But you know me, I just gotta try it. You know, we're gonna see if we can't get it in there. I can't even see them now. And my jig's tangled up. Oh, it freed itself. Yeah, them jokers not taking no pressure today. I will tell you that they're definitely not taking no pressure. All right, we're moving on. And them white bass are stacked over here. I already noticed what that is. Let me pitch that jig out there and see if I can get a reaction for one. They on the go though. Ain't none of them sitting still. Swim right by it. And you see how they cleared out? They were stacked up right there, and they just cleared. They're not taking no pressure from the boat being on top of them. Nope. Got a little shaded spot over here in this bank with a couple of stumps. We're gonna check that out. Like I say, these jokers, they do not like that sunlight. They do not like that sunlight. Not seeing nothing on that one. Yeah, I hadn't hit the right area yet. I'm gonna go up past Ponderosa here in a little bit. I just don't want to pass up, man. It's just, just the bayou is no different than the river, man. It's just stuff absolutely everywhere. And you go cranking up without looking, you're gonna be passing up a bunch of fish. You could be passing up a bunch of fish. Now, I see one. See if I can keep the same angle. All right, where'd he go? Right there. See if I can wake him up. That may be structure. Look like a fish though. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Y'all see him dart off that limb? It was definitely a fish. Where that joker's fighting, I'm thinking it's a white bass. No, it's a little hard fighting crappie. I'll be daggone. He ain't no monster, but he definitely a keeper. 11-inch fish. He's a little 11-inch fish. Now that's what I'm talking about right there, y'all. Laying on. If you're not really looking, you're not gonna see that fish. You just won't see him back in the drain. The way he was fighting, I was thinking he was a white bass for a minute. But like I always say, you better take a good look at that daggone structure, because them fish, they either gonna be laying on it, right up under a limb. But the bad thing, there's only one there. Only one fish that I can see. Only one that I can see, and could barely see him. All right. See what this thing here got on it. And we're going to make some more tracks. There's maybe one laying right. See him laying right there? That's going to be a fish right there too. Laying right on top of it. If you're not looking, you don't see them. You just don't see them. I can really barely make him out now that I've gotten closer. Up went past him. Come on, wait. There you go. Turn and nail it. Turn and eat it. Turn and eat it. All right, y'all. You know, I always say that when I do, I still wouldn't want to do a guide trip with them being this slow. This is a nice black crappie right here for Lake Houston. I'm still having to look for them. Yeah, come on. What didn't happen? Really? I'm not. I'm really not liking how StreamYard is working on my phone. I'm really not liking that. All right, I think I'm back. Yeah, I'm back. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened with that. Nice little black crappie. I'm not going for all these back in the truck. I'm not going for all these cutouts today, y'all. I mean, it is absolutely crazy. I mean, StreamYard is an awesome service, but the more I use it on my cell phone, the more I don't like it on my cell phone. On my laptop, it is flawless. Absolutely flawless. Now there's a fish. See that one up under it? See that bright spot up under that log right there? He's not a big one, but he's a decent fish. There's two of them up under it. See if we can get one of them. But like I was saying before, this daggone phone messed up. A lot of times I'll have a trip and come out here and do a recon trip just to see what the fish are doing, especially after a weather change or something. And that day is a real struggle. I can't even see them now. All right, we're going on to the next. I know that that'll hold fish. I'm still wanting to figure out what this is on the bottom down there. I keep seeing some decent fish on that bottom. I really do want to know what they are. I'm on a ledge right here, so I'm not going to be able to see my jig at all times. Like right there, it's a decent fish. Come on. Come on. Ooh. So I raised it up and it had to stop it before he would hit it. Finally got one to engage. Come on, jig, get off that weight. Finally got one to engage. Still didn't get to see what it was. They're not sitting still down there, I'll tell you that.
They are definitely not sitting still. All right, on to the next. I'm gonna put another nibble on. I caught that black crop that didn't even have a nibble on. Fishing with Tito, what's going on, my man? Squiddo, can I join you on a scouting trip? You were streaming on our end. Oh, it locked up over here. It had locked up. LaTanya Phillips. I went to school with the young lady named LaTanya Phillips. I don't remember her. I mean, I grew up in the country, but I don't remember her into fishing. Jesse, what's going on, my man? Another big old stump. Yeah, I still wouldn't, even with what I'm seeing so far, with them being all dug into the structure, I wouldn't want to do a guide trip here. But it's like I say, if I would have got here early, it may be a different story. But it's midday right now, so usually midday they're usually always tucked into the structure. There's a lot of fish out there in that deep water, but I think they're all white bass. Look like they're all white bass. Seemed like the shaded areas was holding. I was seeing more fish and more crappie in the shaded areas. All right, I see a couple fish right here, y'all. Oh, they taking off. See them swimming off on the bottom right there. These jokers not taking no pressure, I'll tell you that. They are not taking no pressure. Like I see one sitting still over there, just parked on the bottom. I'm gonna try to get a little closer to him. He is smack dab on the bottom. Come on, look up, fish. He was sitting still. He moving now. I definitely need to add more weight to this rod. He took off. Took off. Let's see what's on this stump right here. Love fishing from the bank, boat and my kayak. Day and night fishing. Super cool. That's what's up. What you say you're in DFW, huh? That's super cool. What lakes you fish up there? Yeah, I worked up there for a good while and fished several of the. Y'all got some good lakes up there. I tell you what. I wish we had the fish down here had attitudes and the numbers that y'all have up there. And y'all lakes offer, you know, everybody down here always looking for areas to bank fish, but we just they don't cater to freshwater bank fishermen down here. They just don't. Tater tot jigs. How's the fish in this case? Super tough. Super tough. They're not liking this weather change and then this fresh mud that's coming into the lake right now. I started to go to Conroe today and then go live out over there, man. But it's, you know, I know I can catch fish over there. I don't want to go where I know I can catch them. I got a couple of trips coming up here that I wanted to come out here and see if I could figure something out. You know, with the water temp, you know, it's 46 degrees right now. Water temp is, and usually these fish will stack up over some of these deep pockets, but I just hadn't seen that yet. All of the fish that I've been catching mostly been 12 to 14 foot of water. So if I can't get them figured out and my clients don't want to go to Conroe, I'll just reschedule. My client that I had for today, he was really happy that that I called him to reschedule. He was like, "Yeah, it's too cold for me." He said it was too cold. They're like good fish right on the backside of that thing. If I can see him when I get up here. Angles mean everything with his live scope. I mean, absolutely everything. So I can't even see the fish now. He was right behind it. I'm just gonna put it there and see it. I can see him right there. Come on, come on. Eat it. Oh, he a baby though. I've seen a better fish there. See if I can make him move. Well, that's another little one. They don't make it easy on this lake. You got to be dedicated. I mean, you got to be willing to accept the challenge. If you don't accept the challenge, you'll hate this lake. Tater tot jigs. I've never heard of that. What, you do hand ties or you do plastics? Chill W Deal says been out to Stubblefield lately. No, I hadn't. I haven't. I was on Conroe last week, and we were doing double limits over there. I was fishing mostly south end and mid lake though. I hadn't been to Stubblefield, especially not now with the lake being so low. The lake is really low. Conroe is. So I've been staying on the south end. Been doing really well over there. Really good. Oh, there's a bunch of bait right there. I don't want to see that. I'm gonna stay over here shallower than what that bait is. All right, coming up on a boat right here, so I'm gonna just troll past him, give him a little room. Oh, you fish Ray Hubbard, Joe Poole, Lynn Creek, Waxahachie, and many more. That's what's up. Super cool. I do custom hand ties. Okay, that's what's up. Lake Lavon is, yeah, I've heard of it. I've never fished Lake Lavon, but I've been on Arlington a few times. It's a good crappie lake too. All right, y'all, we're gonna go past this guy and then see part up here. All right, let's see what we can see. Need to open Gibbons Creek again. Yeah, another live. This is great. Thank you, Major Brown. Yeah, I'm trying. I got my. But the crazy thing is, I got my battery pack hooked up to my phone. Right, started off at 92% on my. I should have had my phone hooked up in my truck, but I didn't. But even with my battery pack hooked up, I done went from 92 to 72 streaming through StreamYard. And usually, if I go straight to YouTube and I got my battery pack hooked up, it usually stays on 100. It usually stays on 100, but not now. But I know StreamYard got a lot more going on than just going straight to YouTube or Facebook. So it's drinking some juice. So if I get down to 30% or so, I'm probably gonna just end this live and then just go straight to YouTube. Go straight to YouTube. All right, come on, fish. It's a pretty decent little area right here. It's not a lot of structure here, but they hold here pretty good sometimes. I'm probably gonna blow any fish out of that little pile that was there. I got way too close before I tried to stop. If there's anything on it. Yeah, Gibbons Creek is just that lake. You go there with a blindfold on and catch fish. I mean, it's just zero challenge. That lake got. I mean, it has several crappie. It's almost too easy. Not seeing much on that. Got a little hump out here with a great big old stump on it. We're gonna check it out too. But this is what I do on a recon trip, y'all. I just come out here and I don't try to beat the fish up. I just want to see the depth that they're in, the areas, and just stay on the move. That's the biggest part, is staying on the move. Eventually, you'll find a stretch where they are preferring and can get on them really good. Small fish. I was really hoping to be able to find some suspended out here today, but not looking like that's going to happen. Yeah, I got old Jigging Jim right here in front of me. We're going to see what he done did today. Great big old stump right there. That's a good stump for the spawn right there. They do spawn on top of that stump. But I don't see nothing on it today. Big old catfish right there. Giant catfish. Well, how many you caught? Okay, that's good. How long you been out? Oh, really? Tell you what, the ones I've seen, they in that structure.
Yeah.
Down in it.
Hey, it's good to see you, man.
Oh yeah, good to see you out finally.
Man, I was out for a while, dude. I had some GI problems.
Oh really?
Yeah, I had to go get a look at GI.
Dang. Yeah. Well, good to see you back out, man. I was expecting to see you at that tournament, man. What happened?
I told you I was
Oh, you go. Oh, okay. I thought it was before that.
flat out.
Woo! All right. The next one's on Conroe, February 7th.
I mean, you got about 20.
I'm throwing everything back. I'm throwing everything back.
I think,
12 to 14.
yeah, that's hit mine around 30.
Yep. 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 Yeah, I was expecting to see him in that deep water, but
Yeah, I looked for him in the deep water too, and I couldn't get nothing to bite.
yeah, a bunch of white bass and bait.
Yeah.
All right, man. Good luck. Me too.
Oh, I don't believe that.
Hey, man, I need good luck too. Yeah, I was sure hoping to be able to have that tournament on Gibbons Creek, man. It's a good lake to do tournaments on because it's not. I mean, even Conroe's a good lake to do tournaments on. Speaking of tournaments, February 7th, we're gonna as of now we'll be launching out of Stowaway Marina. 6:30 takeoff, February 7th on Old Lake Conroe. Come out there, and it ain't about just winning a bunch of money, but just come out, come and hang out. Even if you don't fish the tournament, come to the weigh-in. Check us out. It's a lot of fun. Lots of fun. Nothing on that one. All right, y'all. I think I'm gonna fire up and go up north of. I hadn't been up there in a long time, and I want to go. I'm gonna go north of Ponderosa. I hadn't been up there in forever. Jim, you been north of Ponderosa?
Huh?
Have you been north of Ponderosa?
Yeah, but it's all mud.
Oh, is it really muddy?
Bad.
Wow. That's not good. He said it's really muddy up there. Well, I don't want to fight the open lake, y'all. But that fresh mud is not good for this lake. I'm telling you, it's a challenge for sure. Fresh mud. I still want to run up there. Mr. Keys, what's going on, my man? So I want to get on the schedule. Okay. Well, not for Lake Houston. We'll do Conroe. Yeah, we got a lot of. We didn't get a whole bunch of rain, but it was enough that it's coming downstream now, and it's got Houston fishing really tough. So we'll do Conroe. Latanya says I don't know much about spawning, but is this the pre-spawn for crappie? Well, some lakes. We had a tournament on Livingston about I don't know 6 weeks ago, and what I seen in those crappie, I'm willing to bet they were probably before this cold front. There was some fish on the bank, but just from the way these fish look, they still got a ways to go. Yeah, they got a lot of growing to do with these egg sacs on this lake. But end of February, into March, is a great time to be looking for spawning fish.
I'm not for sure if you bluegill fish, but I'll tell you what, that's a lot of fun too when they're spawning. Big old catfish. It seems like the farther up the bayou I come, man, I'm seeing that the water clarity is really changing. So I may end up. I don't want to. I may end up going to the out in the main lake. I don't like doing guide trips out there because you have to move so much faster. You know, with the wind's always blowing out there, and you have to move so much faster to get your jig to the fish before the boat floats off or whatever. You know, the fish move. So I usually stay in the bayou in the river and do my guide trips. So this is where I do all of my most of my recon. But they're not liking this mud. They're not liking this new water coming into the lake. And it's like I said earlier, I hadn't noticed that they're letting water out yet. But that mud line is definitely making its way down. So we got two things fighting against. Well, I got two things fighting against me. Well, the fish for one, and then we got that severe drop in water temp, and this water clarity change. So it makes a big difference. It makes a big difference. That makes a huge difference. Have you fished those piles that you used to fish before you had live scope on the other side of the railroad track? Man, it's been a while since I've been over there. It's been a really long time since I've been out in the open lake. It's just like no different than up north of Ponderosa. It's just so long since I've been up there. I'm willing to bet they still hold fish. Yeah, I got to get out of this, y'all. This is I'm not gonna go through what I went through yesterday. And this water here, I'll show you, it's brown. It's that heavy cream color. And when it first changes like that, I mean it's not easy to find these fish. Check one little area over here. It got some good stumps. I think we're gonna make that move. I may go up close to 1960 just to look around. It's a lot more wind than what I'd like when I go to open water, but it's not undoable. I just hadn't fished all that stuff. Back in the day, that was my stomping ground. Up there by that 1960 area and railroad, even down south. I hadn't been down south in it's been a very long time. But all good areas to fish. With that mud being the way it is here, up near the mouth of the bayou, I was fishing at 12 to 14, but the water clarity done changed a lot since I came farther up this way. And I'm willing to bet it won't be out of the question to find these fish in super shallow water. Talking 4 to 8 foot, about like we were doing in the river yesterday. So you can't overlook. You just got, it's just common sense. The dirtier water, those fish don't have to go as deep to not deal with that sun. I wonder what that is on the bottom right there. I know that they will park on that bottom. I'm telling you, I know they will. They will park on that bottom in a minute. See if I can get up close enough to one to drop on. No action on that one. He just swam right up under it. No, no action. Just running on the bottom. Super shallow right there. But Jay, if I'm not on fish, you gotta check it. You have to check it. I'm not seeing any movement on those spots. It may just be some hard structure right there on the bottom. Not getting any movement out of that. All right. I got one other little spot over here I'm gonna check. And I think I'm gonna run out towards the main lake. Couple more spots I'm gonna check over here. Yeah, other than battery power, I'm at 60% now. Other than that, it's doing pretty good. I'm not flashing out as bad as I was yesterday. Yesterday was horrible. If my phone would just close out, it hadn't did it today, at least yet. It haven't. So that's a good thing. This is that real deep hole up here in the bayou. As you can see, drop it down. There's some stuff down on the bottom, but in years past, we have a cold snap like we got now. These fish will be stacked off in these deep holes, but they're not like that now. I don't know what that is. It ain't no crappie. I'm going really too fast. If I hit my brake, they're gonna take off. Just gonna float past them and then turn around. There's another big old tooth. My other ones seemed like they were bigger though. See if they still there. See if they'll let me turn around on them. Just like I figured, they're gone. Something right there on the bottom, like some decent fish. Don't like that real line. That's gonna be a crappie right there behind that little stick up more in the bed. See if we can get him out of there. Look at this little joker. That little bitty joker came and hit my bait. I didn't have it lit up, but I seen him running with it. So there's a fish right there in that little old stick up right there. I can see that bright. See the shape and the brightness of it. Another one swimming by right there. Come on out of there. I don't want you, little old bitty thing. You right on the bottom under that stump right there. See him right there? There he goes. There he goes. And it's a crappie. 14, well, about 15 foot right there. I definitely won't be doing no no guide trips on Houston coming up. This stuff here got to clear up. It's a good fish though. 12 and a half maybe. Get to turn the camera around. It's been a minute. You're nice one. Yes, sir. Back in the drink. Look at that big old cat blue. I gotta turn. I don't want y'all. Oh, I'm probably going. Yeah, he moved and the boat moved. See that big old catfish spraying the bottom right there. See if I can light him up better. Look like a flathead. He ain't sitting still for sure. If I can get up there, I'm gonna drop a jig on him just see if he'll eat it. I gotta put a nibble on. Just hold what you got right there, Mr. Catfish. That would be fun. Hold what you got there, buddy. He don't let me get up there. He's still going though. Couple little flicks of that tail and he's out of my reach. All right, we're gonna see if he's gonna eat this jig. Nope, he's still going. Falling behind. Wouldn't that be something? Live scope a big old catfish live while I'm on live with a crappie jig. I bet you that's a flathead. Just by the shape of it. He is not sitting still though. He is not sitting still. Ah, he turned on me. He made a turn, y'all. He did a hard 90. I'll probably be having my other reel with that bigger weight on there. I know y'all not out here, y'all not trying to see me catch no catfish, but I like the challenge. That bait's moving way too fast. That's a big one there though. You big one. Jerk about 4 foot long. He turned again. I might be able to get him this go around. We're gonna see. Yeah, I gotta get that. Well, that hook on that other one's not gonna handle it. So I got a real hard number 6 hook on this one that'll let me get him in the boat. Almost, y'all. I'm coming across the top of his head. Come on, G, get up there. There's another one right there. Now he's turning again. Now you see why I'm saying I need more weight. You saw that jig should be hanging at 7 foot, but it's way back here at 2 foot. Yeah, he turning on me now. If that jerk will sit still, I bet you I can get him to eat that jig. He's just not gonna sit still. Uh-oh. There you go. He made another hard turn. Which way he go? Ooh, look at there's 2 of them right there. They following each other now. Now, I'm wasting my time. Let me get on top of it. All right, y'all. I'm done with that. It would have been fun to catch that joker, though. I'll tell you that. That would have been a lot of fun. That joker, that was about 4 foot, 4 foot long. Yeah, he was a big one, Remy. All right, let me go check these couple of piles, and I'm gonna make a trip out to the open water. Get us some cleaner water. It's super tough when it's like when it's like first change, man. Sometimes it takes 3 or 4 days before those fish adapt to it, and within that time, they are super, super, super tough. And just like you guys been seeing, I've been having to go really. Hey, I'm gonna tell y'all something. Y'all, years ago, I did a video fishing this stump right here is straight up and down, and usually holds some. You ain't nothing on it now, but I've caught a bunch of crappie off that daggone. We had catfish. There's catfish down there below, right at the base of it. But I've caught tons of crappie off that darn on stump right there. And it's just a stump all by itself. And that's the type of structure I really like. Got a couple other stumps right here too we're gonna check. All right, slow down, slow down, slow down. Slow down. Look up under this limb right here. See him up under that limb, that root? There's one above him and one beneath him. Thing is, I'm at the wind's mercy right now. It's blowing pretty good over here. I'm gonna still try to catch him. Catch one of them. Come on, look up. Yeah, see, I can't even see him now. Them angles mean a lot. All right, got one moving. Nope. I seen him flinch. Come on, look up. Come on. You know you want it. Well, I got him to come out of there. See if this other one will do anything. Come on. He a baby, though. That one's a baby. winds. Come on, turn around, fish. Look up. No, he said he's not gonna do it. I'm gonna mess around and lose my jig is what's gonna happen. Cause I can't even see it. But that's where the fish are, so you gotta go where they are. Ooh, one just darted out and hit it. I didn't even see him. Just felt it. Uh-oh. I thought I was gonna lose it. No. I know it's fish there, but they've been very difficult. I'm gonna go get us some cleaner water, y'all. So I'm at 51% on my battery. Even though I'm hooked up to my battery pack, but I think we'll be able to go another hour or so. I'm gonna make that run out to the main lake. We'll see how bad the wind is first of all, but I think we'll be able to do it. All right. Let me get my brakes up. This is actually the value was pretty decent yesterday. My live ended before we really got into them, but I was like, maybe I can do my trip, but I can't do it with this freaking move. It makes a big difference on this lake, in the way these fish act. Makes a huge difference. All right, see if I can turn my old camera back around. There we go. So if it wasn't for the, trying to get the sun out of y'all eyes. If it wasn't for the, and I'm looking at my prop wash. What's on top is even cleaner than what's down there. I'm turning up some really dirty water coming from up under the surface. All right, we're gonna make that run out to the couple areas of the main lake and see what happens. Y'all watch what I tell this old boy right here. Watch what I tell this old boy. He was the one that passed me by earlier and waked me. Watch what I tell him. You might try to curse me out. I'm gonna hold my hand on my mic if you do.
You know, I usually wake people that wake me, but I'm not gonna do it to you since I know you. Uh-huh. So if y'all don't see that dude right there out here, y'all wake him. You wearing them out? Oh, okay, that's still good. Yeah, yeah. Well, good luck to you. All right, y'all, we're gonna jump on top. Yeah, the water up here at the mouth is still green. And water up here looks really good. So I got that green tint. When it's like that, those fish are a lot easier to catch. But going from that to what I showed y'all earlier, today or tomorrow or yesterday, it's a big change. And them fish, they really don't, they don't like it at all. Dwayne, what's going on, my man? By yourself today? Yeah, I had a trip, but we rescheduled, man. I didn't want to. I knew it was going to be tough out here. I mean, I done caught some fish today, but not enough for a trip. So we rescheduled. My next couple trips, I'm going to see if they want to do Conroe because this we got fresh mud in here, along with the severe drop in temps. So it won't be fun. We'll see how bad this wind is out here. Coming back up, y'all. Yeah, I hadn't been out here in so long. I got to see if the structure's even still here. Yeah, I still can see a bunch of it right there. All right, let's see what's holding on this. Tell you the truth, this lake is flat out here. Now, how is it the lake is flat out here, but going up there? That's crazy. I'm talking about it is flat. And the clarity is not as green as it usually is, but it's a lot better than where I was. All right, let me get these brakes set down, and we're gonna catch some fish. Yeah, I got my lanyard on, just so y'all know. You got to be safe and wear your PFDs. All right, let's see what we can make happen, y'all. Get all set up. That's crazy how flat it is out here compared to how that wind was blowing in the river in the bayou. I'm out here in open water and it is flat. All right. I see a bunch of bait. Sure, I want to see that. Scooter says, "Can you pick me up at the marina?" You at the marina? You at the marina? I'm right here by the marina, close to the marina. All right, here we go tripping again. So I guess y'all can still. I'm not for sure why it's doing that on me. I can still see that it's streaming, but I can't. Oh, there we go. It's back now. Fire, OKC. Yeah, man, it was muddy. Dwayne, it was muddy. So I guess I just gotta leave it alone when it lock up like that. Just leave it alone and it'll fix itself. I was thinking I was gonna have to shut it down like I did a while ago. All right, let me get over on this pile, y'all. I mean, it is absolutely flat out here, y'all. I mean, I can see that the wind's blowing out. It may be just that bank may have me protected. I'm not sure. Let me get y'all swung around so y'all can see what I'm doing. Look how flat it is out here. That's crazy. So I'm running my map and my live scope. I'm going to these waypoints right here. Stump. Now I'm gonna go full screen. Zoom in. Bring it down to 15 on my depth to maximize. Like I see one laying right on the very top of it right there. Let me grab me a rod real quick. See if I can still see it. I'm gonna go back with my micro. Yeah, I know a lot of y'all want to see the jig go to the fish and see the fish while it's going to it. We rarely get, especially when it's tough like it is now. You gotta use your imagination a lot when it's like this on this lake. Get back up there. I'm thinking that this is going to be a fish right there on the very top of it. It's shaped like a fish. We can already see. See if I can make him move. And a lot of times it don't turn out to be a fish. But when they're tight to that structure like that,
You have to give it a try. I can swear that that's a fish. I mean, he is laying on it. It won't move. May not be one. May not be one. Okay. Let's look at some other stuff that's over here. Oh, that looks like a suspended fish right there. He sink down to the bottom. I think it sank down to the bottom. At least I can't see it anymore. Nope. There's something right there. They're up under the boat. So I got my trail motivation up under the boat. I don't think they're crappie, but not swimming together like that. They're probably white bass. More than likely. We're gonna check. Like I already probably catfish. See them right there on the bottom? I mean, they hugging that bottom. Jig's almost on top of it. They say they don't want nothing to do with it. They say they don't want nothing to do with it. All right, let's check this little stump out. How's the water level where you launch? Oh, it's up. I'm surprised they're not letting water out yet. I'm really surprised they're not letting water out. See anything on that one? Fish right there in the bait. Like he's chasing the bait. Probably sure it's a white bass, but we're gonna see if I can get to him. He's still swimming though. I definitely need more weight on this thing because it's lagging behind a lot. Almost making it not fun to chase those fish that are swimming. You see one right here on this structure. I'm not sure if it's a crappie though. We're gonna check. Right there. See a bright dot right there. If it's a crappie, he's gonna be a decent fish. All right, slow down, boat. Slow down. You done went down in it too. They're not liking that pressure. He's going to the bottom. Look at him taking off on the bottom. See him swimming off on the bottom? They are not handling pressure well today. Joe, we may have to talk about that. We gonna have to do Conroe if we go, man. This lake is it's not fishing well at all. It's not fishing well at all with the big change in water temp and the muddy water that's coming in. They're not liking it at all. I think we were scheduled for here, if I'm not mistaken. So we may have to do Conroe. We'll talk. But I'm out here just doing a recon, just seeing if I can find fish. I've caught some earlier in the trip, but it's not enough to. And their attitudes are really bad. I mean, it's just not good at all. I've been having to almost beg them to bite. I don't like begging them to bite. I don't know. I think that's just structure right there. We can already see. Yeah, that's not a fish. That's not a fish. All right, let's get on the move. All right, y'all. I may be having to kill this live. I'm down to 36. I may have to kill this live, and then I'm gonna go straight YouTube live. Let my battery charge up a little bit on my battery on my phone. I really do appreciate you guys watching, though. If you would, before any of you leave, please do hit that thumbs up button if you enjoy the content. Said, dang, 2 days in a row looks tough again. Yeah, it's tough, man. Murdoch! Do you ever cast it? Man, that's a waste of time on this lake. I do on Conroe and do really well, but on this lake, it's a waste of time. If you look back at earlier in the video when I was on fish, you'll see how deep into the structure and under the structure they were, and casting at them is a waste on this particular lake. This is Lake Houston. It's so rare that you can pitch to them or cast to them that is unreal. But Conroe right up the road, you can. Casting's a lot of fun. I like it a lot. Using those little ultralight rods I got. It's a lot of fun. So a lot of this structure is not even here no more. Ooh, look at all that bait right there. Big old school of bait. I'm at 35%, y'all. When I get to 30, I'm gonna shut down StreamYard, and I'll let my phone charge up a little bit, and then I'm gonna try to get on a fish before we do. But where's my next pile? I got a little ways to go. Let me make this track. Joe says, that's cool. Let me know. Watching yesterday video, looking a little tough. Yeah, it was tough. Even it's just more the same today. Wayne says, you look like you got some new rods, a little green color. Yeah, these are Denali's though. They're the Crappie tank line. I usually just use them when I'm in a tournament fishing. They're a little on the heavy side, but they're a really stiff rod, and I sort of like that if I'm fishing for myself. But they get the job done. You drop down on a fish and in structure, you get them out of there quick. If some of my clients, there's some clients that I use these rods with that, that's been with me several times and understand, when to set the hook and when not to. Those limber rods that Denali got, I like them with new clients. They're a lot lighter, and if they happen to set the hook on a limb or something on a structure, a lot of times I can get that bait back without having to retie. I'm not seeing much out here either. I may go to the other side of the bridge. T Mac, what's going on, my man? Say what's up, SK. I see you. See you out on the fish again. Yeah, it's been tough out here though, man. It's been tough. Oh, I like them a lot, but it's like I say, I don't use them for guiding. I like them tournament fishing, or usually if I'm just by myself on the boat, I'll use them. Just not seeing the numbers, y'all. There's a fish right there. Maybe two. That's a good fish too. I'm gonna catch it. Just so I can show y'all I can catch a fish. See him right there? Right there. I'm turning a little bit. Let me correct my boat. He's right there at that Y. So my boat can change angles right now. It's hard to see him again. Angles mean a lot, especially when you're fishing structure. Well, you can see that fish. I can't even see him now. It may be him on that back side over here now. Nope, I bet you it's him that took off. See that fish swimming away? I bet he took off. There's another one right there. Passed him up though. See if I can back us up without spooking him and still be able to see him. All right. And my jig is tangled up now. Come on. Come on. Come on. Jig's caught on my split shot. I'm not even sure if that's a fish. See if I can get that jig to it. See if I can make it move. Come on, I see you flinching. Come on. Ooh. Well, he's awake now. Let's see if I can make him eat now. I ain't sure if that's a crappie though, y'all. Maybe a big old catfish. Come on. Do that again. Just eat it this time. I'd probably put a nibble on. I don't have a nibble on again. Going right back to where he was. There we go. There we go. And it's a crappie. I'm gonna swing him. He'll good one. Y'all think I don't enjoy this? Let me tell you something. The challenge of catching Lake Houston crappie is unmatched. Look at that thing. Ooh, 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 wee. See, this is what I like. You come out here and you got to work for them. You have to work for them. Yes, sir. That's a nice one right there. Nice fish. Back in the drink. Let's see if I can throw him in front of the. See if y'all can see him on the screen. Well, I see the there go the. I don't know where he went to. Probably went right back to that brush pile. I didn't throw him right in front of it, but that's what I'm talking about right there, y'all. You gotta work for him out here. This ain't no easy lake. Even when the conditions are all good, man. I surprise myself when I load that darn on Waterside Marina fillet table up. I'm telling you, it is not. But this is where you come to learn your boat control and learn the art of enticing fish. Because, and I'm surprised he even engaged that bait after that first encounter. First encounter is the most important. After that first encounter, it's just about all downhill. But that's what I like about fishing Lake Houston. It is not easy. And it's like I said, I surprise myself a lot when I load that darn on table up without the rod in my hand. It makes a big difference. Who we got right here? Dwayne said I like him a lot. T-Mac. Murdoch still can't beat that old solid white original Denali. And without a doubt, I agree. Videos like this are a good thing. It lets people know fishing is not always easy, without a doubt, especially on this lake, Murdoch. You got to work for them on this lake. You know, people think I got these fish figured out, but I'm gonna tell you now, in trying conditions like it is right now, it's not easy. You got to really like it to come out here and move as much as I'm having to move, and you know, having to work as hard as I'm having to work to get these fish to eat a jig. It's not easy, but the accomplishment means everything. The accomplishment means everything. Oh no, Dwayne, without a you know, I every time I see somebody comment saying that live scope is cheating, I'll let them get on my boat for free and show me how it's cheating. It is definitely, you know, I will say this. It does let you know when you're not on fish. It lets you know when you're on fish, but it don't make them bite. It does not make them bite. And to even get that jig to the fish, you know, is a challenge. You know, the boat control. Just because you see them don't mean that you just, you know, you see them on the screen. That don't mean that you can just do anything and the fish will come and eat it. It don't work like that. Even if you're using minnows, it just don't work like that. You got to find the color, the jig size. I mean, all that matters. It matters a lot. I see a couple of fish on that pile, but I'm gonna lose this little micro jig if I try to put it in there. I knew that was a good fish. All right, I'm gonna turn y'all back around. I think I see one I can drop on. Get y'all lined back up. And let me see if I can see him again. You know, it's just like I was saying about those angles a while ago, man. That means everything. When these fish are on structure, I mean, the slightest little limb can prevent you from seeing that fish. And then you got to figure out how to get your jig down there without getting stacked up in the because that's a tree laying down there. It's the root ball part of it. It's a whole mangled up tree. I can't even see him now. That may be him right there. He can drop down in it if that is him. You know, even knowing your target range, knowing your target range. You know, I'm using a 12-foot rod, and it changes with different rods you use. Come on, settle down, folks. I'm gonna catch this fish. He is down in it, y'all. See if I can wake him up. He's nowhere near as big as that fish I caught just a while ago, but definitely looks like a crappie. If I can wake him up. There we go. Ooh, this is a haul. It ain't no big old giant, but it's a big old good one. Wee. Yes, saw. All right, y'all. I'm at 27%. Let me turn y'all around. Look at that thing. Ooh, wee. Lake Houston does have crappie in it. You just gotta work for it. You gotta work for it. That's a really good fish. That fish probably 14 and a half. He's not weighable. He's probably, I don't know, one pound and a half, 165, somewhere in there. But a good fish. Really good fish. Look at the work I'm having to do. Yes, sir. Making it happen. This is what it's all about right here. This is the accomplishment. Yes, sir. Back in the drink. That was a good fish there, y'all. I'd have that one in a tournament all day long. I would. Dang, looked like a cat. It did look like a catfish, didn't it? Camo Joe, what's happening, my brother? Man, hey man, you been on Clear Lake lately? Tell me you have, man. Them boys been up there murdering them 3-pound fish y'all got up there. We got some good ones down here too, but man, it's nothing like casting to a school of 300 crappie. We don't get to do that down here. All right, back on the move, y'all. That was the only one that I seen on that file, but it is what it is. I mean, this is what we got down here. And if I was on Conroe, you know, Conroe fish, they do school a lot better than anything we got on Houston. You know, Houston, it's you know, hit one and you know, sometimes two, maybe three on a good pile on a good day. But usually it's one and done. You got to get back on the move. Now I'm gonna tell you guys something. I know if this camera's recording what I get to see on here, that did not look like a crappie at all. So when you know, I know a lot of people don't take me seriously when I do my reports and say that they were in and or under the structure, but this shows you. Any of you guys that would like to get out here, I do guide trips. I'll have to. I'll do that later on. I can. Actually, I'll post it. I'll post. Hopefully, I don't mess something up doing this. I'm gonna post my number. All right. Now, how do I? Well, I thought I was gonna be able to do it. Uh oh, y'all. I can't make it post. I can't make it post. Maybe enter. Nope. So I don't think I can post. I'm not sure if it did it. Oh, there it is. That's my number. Any of you guys that would like to get out here, and I'm gonna tell you now. I know I've said this several times, but today, yesterday, probably for the next, I don't know, 4 or 5 days, because that mud line it hadn't made it through yet. And It takes sometimes, if we got more rain coming, close to the weekend, and sometimes it takes a week, sometimes 2 weeks for this lake to get back right, get a green tint to it. It got a slight, I'm gonna show you guys, let me flip this camera back around. It got a slight green tint out here, but it's still not where as green as it is sometimes. And when this water get that fresh dirt in it, that fresh silt, all that stuff in the water, man, these fish are really tough. But if you guys would like to get out here and get on the boat, put the rod in your hand to see what I'm doing to get that jig to the fish, how I stay on the move to find the fish, and the areas that I fish, the areas that I look for, hit me up and get on the schedule. Because while you're watching videos, yeah, you can learn some stuff, but it's not like being out here and having that rod in your hand and seeing it firsthand. Especially when they're being real finicky, like they are right now. I had to pound that fish on the head for a while with that jig before he even reacted. And if you don't have that confidence of what you're seeing, you just don't you won't spend that time doing that. You will not spend that time doing it. Dwayne says I definitely recommend going with SK. Well, I'm gonna tell you now, Dwayne, I'm just hard headed, man. These fish train me every single trip. But being out here when it's tough like it is right now, and I will tell you guys, Dwayne's did several trips with me. I did his install on his live scope too, on his brand new boat, and he hadn't been going fishing a lot, but he's been catching when he do go. There's several other guys that I know that'll speak up for me, and I do share really good tips on the boat, even on these videos. A lot of the stuff that I'm talking about works. It just simply works. And I'll say this too: if you can fish this lake and catch fish, there's not a one single lake that you can't go to and catch fish. I've always heard the saying of they just wasn't eating today. No, you just didn't find. I think the people overlook the fish that would bite, and being able to look at that structure and distinguish what's a crappie and what's not. Because I know on every lake they get dug into that structure, every single lake. And me talking about the angles a while ago, that makes a giant difference. I mean, a huge difference. You go up to a brush pile and look at it one dimensional, you're gonna pass over a bunch of fish. A lot of times, like this pile here, so I'm going past it, so I'll even look back up under the boat at it to look at that backside of it, because sometimes those fish will be so dug into it that you can't see them looking from the direction you're traveling. That makes a big old difference. That makes a huge difference. Makes a huge difference. T-Mac. Dwayne says, yes. Let me just, man, make sure I can pass somebody up. Got to be able to hold boat there long enough. Yep. Long enough too. Yep. Boat control. And it's taught me a lot about live scope and tracking down the fish. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Boat control means a lot. T-Mac, here's another highly recommendation. High recommendation. Appreciate you guys. Well, I said I was going to shut this thing off at 30%. I'm down to 20% now. That's unbelievable. that I got this battery pack hooked up and it's still chewing that battery up like that. Unbelievable. But I've been on right at 3 hours, so I can't be upset about that. I mean, I've been on right at 3 hours. All right, where's my next pile at? I'm way out too deep. Out here too deep. So we got a little wind picking up out here now, but still not as bad as it was in the bayou. That's kind of crazy to come out here to open water and have less wind than in the creek up there. I'm not seeing anything on there. There may be one right there at the base of that. See the fish right there? There's gonna be a fish right there. I don't think it's a crappie. It may not be a fish at all. Look like one up top right there. He's small. Oh, look, you see him dart off? He was right here. He took a darted off. All right, let's go check a nud. Getting fairly close. I'm not sure if y'all can hear that road noise. Dwayne said I would actually prefer you just fish on my boat and control it for me. That's funny. Jasmine, what's going on, my man? I always gain crappie fishing knowledge watching you, SK. Really enjoy the lives. Thank you, sir. I try to do it as often as I can. I do like coming out and just fishing without having to talk about what I'm doing though. And when you guide and constantly left, right, down, set the hook. It's not that it's not fun because I get to see people that usually wouldn't get to fish or catch crappie, catch fish. But it sure is nice to come out and just fish without having to talk. There's BRTP. Slabs on deck. Says what's up? Get them. Yep. It's not as tough as it was yesterday. I started right when we stopped off. But the farther north I went in the bayou, the more muddy it got. I'm out in the main mid-lake right now, pretty close to 1960. And what's crazy is the wind is lighter in here than it was in the bayou. Absolutely crazy. I'm not sure they're going to be on these shallow piles. I'm only over 10 foot of water right now. Says, how are we looking out there so far? I've caught some good fish. They scattered. I'm not doing no trips no time soon here. It's gonna be probably a week or so. I'll be back out here though. As soon as I can find a good pattern and can put people on fish. Look here, y'all. This gonna be a big old catfish up here. I'm gonna mess with him. See him right on top of that log. If he let me get close, two of them. If he let me get close, I'm gonna put a nibble on. Give him a little scent. Let me put a nibble on real quick. Don't go nowhere. See him right there? See that one? That's a big one right there. And then there's another one out here at the end. I doubt they let me get close enough to drop on them. From what I've seen, catfish are more sensitive than most fish that I've gotten close to with live scope. They're more sensitive to it. That one that was at the end, he's already left, and the one that was midways, he's swimming away from us. That's him right there on the top. Trying to go real slow. I don't want spooky. That joker's. I doubt if he's a. Look at the ones that down at up under it. Yep, he disappeared up under it. He just folded up under it. I can still see him fanning his tail. Yep, he just dropped down to the bottom. There's a small one up top right there. He ain't no fun to catch. I want to catch one of them giants. There's another one swimming into it. Well, I know it ain't gonna be no crappie right there. There's another big one right there, right on the bottom. Nope, he took off. I'm telling you, them jokers are very sensitive to that live scope. I've always said I wanted to do a trip or to do a trip and just dedicate it to messing with these great big old cat. I don't want to catch no littles. I'm talking about these 40, 50 pounders. I'm not sure if that's one. I think that's the end of that log. This lake got a bunch of big catfish. I have a lot of people that want me to do catfish trips, but I just ain't never. I don't know. I ain't got no rods just dedicated for look at that big old thing right there. Suck it in. Take it in. I got my troll motor on one. Yeah, he getting ready to take off. Them some giants, y'all. Them some big fish. Yeah, he getting ready to take off too. Going back to that little pile right there. We're gonna see if we can't get on top of it. Now he's swimming towards me. Two of them right there. I'm up under it now. All right, y'all. I'm at 14% on my battery power. Let me flip this camera around. I really do appreciate you guys that's stayed here and participated. Squiddo say, RJ, why you not on the lake? I tried to get him to come. I talked to him when I was on my way. I tried to get him to come, but I really do want to thank you guys for coming out with me. And it feels really good out here now. Wind's really light. I'm gonna mess around a little bit more If I can find a school fish or an area that got some good fish, I'm gonna go back live direct. I gotta let my phone charge up. It's at 14% right now. So I'm gonna let my phone charge back up. If you would please hit that thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. I thank you guys for watching. But we'll do this again coming soon. Peace out. Y'all be safe.